Happy Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Morning Makes. This is an open art collaboration that I host here on my YouTube channel. My name is Jill, and I'm with Greenwood Girl Cards. And each weekend, I take some time to create. Sometimes I add a little time in during the week, and then on Saturday mornings, I come and share what I've been able to create from the previous weekend to this weekend. And oftentimes I spend Saturday morning creating, and then I do my video early on Saturday morning. But today I am doing my video on Friday night because I have a commitment tomorrow morning. And I actually worked on these tags a little bit tonight and also last night, Thursday, and Wednesday night. And I had an idea in my head that's actually been there for a long time, and I finally executed it. So yay! And I actually ended up making another tag also to share. But before I get started, first of all, I want to thank everybody that uploaded for Saturday Morning Makes in the previous couple weeks. I am still watching and catching up on videos. I was having some problems with sorting things. I caught some videos last Saturday morning and then the early uploaders, but I had not been back out to check. And then when I went and looked today, there was definitely some stuff that I didn't see. So I'll be watching those hopefully this weekend. But I wanted to start off today with some mail calls. So I received a couple cards in the mail, and this beautiful mushroom colored image. Look at those beautiful mushrooms. I just love these. This is from Nancy Martinez's channel, and I will link her YouTube channel down below. But she sent me this beautiful card and wrote me a lovely note on the inside. And she said, this is just a little thank you note. And look at the inside. It says, "Autumn is calling," and it has that beautiful mushroom paper. I just love that. There's so many beautiful autumn papers out there, and I love mushrooms. Here where I live in the Pacific Northwest, we have some beautiful mushrooms come fall, and it's a really fun time to go and look for them when you're out walking and hiking. But I just love how she did this. The beautiful leaf paper in the background here, she created a frame, and then she used those beautiful stitching edge dies from Penny Black stamps. I believe they're called the zigzag stackers. And she made a beautiful bow here with some trims and a little flower and a red, an orange satin ribbon. So I just love that. Nancy does such beautiful work, and she's a beautiful colorist. So there's her back. It says "Handmade with Love," and then she has her initials there, NM. So Nancy, thank you for sending that to me and for your beautiful note on the inside. I got your note, and I so appreciate it. And you know that I'm always thinking of you and keeping you and your family in my prayers. So that is the card from Nancy. And then I just received this card today, tonight, Friday night, from my friend Sue. So Sue Crozier, if you guys don't follow Sue Crozier over on Instagram, Sue is an avid Saturday morning maker, and she's an incredible artist. She does a lot of different types of crafts. So her channel is a fun one to watch. She does quilting, just all sorts of different things. And one of the things that I love that Sue does is she does a lot of stitching on her cards. And I'm going to bring this up close so you can see. This is a beautiful background that's made, created by sewing with different flosses through here. And I think this might even be a variegated floss that she used, and then she used a yellow floss around the edges. And so just a beautiful background panel, which sets off so nicely this collage fall scene that she created. I love the coffee. Oh my gosh, I had coffee this morning. I wish I had a cup right now. Anyway, this says "Gather Happy Moments," and she's got this little pumpkin and a little heart and a pumpkin in the background here and a leaf. So it's just so sweet. And then inside she says, "Hi Jill, thinking of you this fall season. Thanks for all you do. Love, Sue Crozier." And she's got "Happy Fall, you all," and then a little tiny collage down here with a pumpkin and some leaves. So, and there's those beautiful zigzag stackers from Penny Black, which I just love. Penny Black's dies are very expensive when you get a set of their stackers. I think this is a set of 4 or 5 dies. I can't remember now. But they are expensive. You're paying like $30-something for them. But they do have beautiful stitching. They're very high quality dies. They cut like butter. And this type of die set is an investment that you purchase it once and you have it forever. So I did purchased this stack myself, and I love it. So they're a wonderful company. They also make beautiful stamps, papers, all sorts of different things. Handmade with Love by Sue Crozier. So that is Sue, and she is on Instagram. So I hope you guys will go and take a look at her beautiful Instagram feed and be inspired. So let's move into our Saturday morning makes. And again, I want to thank everybody that is participating with Saturday morning makes. I think it's so important as women especially, but men too, that we take time for ourselves to do something that brings us joy, whether that's gardening or crocheting or whatever art field you love, embroidery, cross stitch, whatever. Or maybe your thing is taking walks, on the beach or something. But I think it's so important every week that as busy moms that we get away from all the work and we take an hour or two to do something that really brings joy to our hearts. So that's what Saturday Morning Makes is all about. For me, it's about taking time to create art because that's what brings me joy. And I like to share my art with all of you, and I so appreciate your comments and your enjoyment of this process. So thank you so much for joining in Saturday Morning Makes, and all the wonderful people that maybe don't create videos or content, but that support Saturday Morning Makes by commenting on people's art. We so appreciate all of you and all of your lovely comments. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me dive in. I'm going to show you the products I used for what I created. I used this set of Snowman dies. These are from Paper Tray Ink. These are many years old. And the part that I used are these little hats. I used this hat, and this hat. And this is actually a set of little Snowman dies. I'll show them to you really quick. I doubt these are available anymore. They might be. You could check the Paper Tray Ink website. But again, most of my stuff is very old, but it's still very usable. But you're welcome to also look on eBay and resale stores if these are no longer available. So I did not use these particular snowmen. I just used the hats in this case, okay? I could have used them, and I thought about it afterwards, like maybe I should do some more of them, and I might, but we'll see. So that's from Paper Tray Ink. From Spellbinders, I used this Prims set, okay, and this is a house die set, and I think I used both the heart and the star. So I used those, and I really want to make some Christmas tags using this house die. So I'm probably going to leave this out on my desk to use again. This is a set from Marianne Designs Creatables, and I used this die right here for some fronds, some pine fronds. I once again used this wonderful honeybee impression plate, and if you can look really closely at this, these little dots impress into the paper. And this is called the Pierced Fancy Flakes A2 cover plate from Honeycuts, and they're Honeycuts dies from, of course, Honeybee Stamps. And Honeybee Stamps always has a good sales page, so if you're someone that loves to get a bargain like I do, always check out their clearance stuff first. And then this is, again, a very old die set. I believe it's a Marianne Craftables die. And I use this little button for the back of my tags to create the hanger. But any button die would work that you have in your stash that fits for what you're doing. So this is probably, 20 years old. I used this beautiful A5 polymer stamp set. This is the Festive Definitions from Lily of the Valley, and the one that I specifically used is Snowman. Where is it? Right there. I used this one. A snow sculpture of a man built as a regular winter tradition in regions where snow is common. Snowman. So I love that. I love this new Festive Definition set, and I'm hoping that they'll maybe do some more of these. I would love to see a baking themed one with gingerbread or just more Christmas words, or also just an all-around set during the year too. I use this Hello Bluebird photopolymer stamp set. This one is Merry Little Christmas. And I used In the Meadow We Can Build a Snowman, and then I used one of the little holly pieces right here. Okay, and then of course I used my Peachy Keen PK3000 Jill's Favorites assortment, and specifically I used the little snowman faces right here. Okay, then I also used on the inside of let's see, no, this is a different project. Hold on, I'll put that away for a second here. Then I use this die set to create a tag. I use this die right here, as well as the hat and the scarf, okay? And this is from Paper Tray Ink. And it is called, let's see, it's item ITP66. And this is a couple years old now. So ink to paper, which is paper tray ink. Does it have a name on here? It really doesn't. I thought it did. Let's see. Does it say what it is? Oh, here we go. It's the Go-To Gift Card Holder Snowman. Okay, that's the name of it. All right, so I used that. And then the other thing that I used, and I'm going to set this die from Scrap Diva Designs. That's for a different project I'll show you on a separate video. This is from W+9, which is a wonderful stamp company. And I use this Snowman die right here. Okay, and that little, oh my goodness, that little scarf and that little star. Okay, so this is from a company called W+9, and I will try and link, like I said, I'll try and link the different companies below. But, you know, part of the reason we show products at the beginning of the video is so that if you're looking for something, you can rewatch the start of the video and get all the information you need about the products used to design what we're showing you today. So that's why we do that product review at the beginning. For those of you that watch sometimes and are probably wondering why we always show the products, the reason is because if you want to create these projects, you need to know how we did it. So the one thing that I did not bring downstairs to show you, and I wish I couldn't find it, these were in my scrap bucket, and this little basket that you see here is a Paper Sweeties stamp and die set. And I will link Paper Sweeties below. Paper Sweeties is a company that I was a former designer for. I was a creative designer. Hello, Debbie. Hello, everyone at Paper Sweeties. All my fellow designers over the years that I worked with. This was a basket that Debbie did, and I have, if you go to the Paper Sweeties channel, there's some, I believe there's still some videos where I use this. And there's also videos on my channel that use this Paper Sweeties basket. If you type Paper Sweeties, Jill Norwood, you'll see all my Paper Sweeties projects. But I love this basket, and I filled it with gingerbread before, which is absolutely adorable. But I wanted to fill it with snowmen this year, and I've had this idea in my head for a long time. There is a stamp that I wish I had, a woodblock stamp that has snowmen in a basket. I'm trying to remember who it's by right now. Is it Stampington or PSX? I can't remember, but it's kind of a prim style stamp, and it has snowmen in it. And I've always wanted that woodblock stamp, but it's one that I do not have. So I had this on my list to create it out of dies versus having the stamp. So that's what I did. And the other thing that I did was I turned the basket into a pocket. So I added a piece of cardstock to the back of the basket to create a pocket. And then what I ended up doing was I made all the little snowmen, and I'm going to show you what I did. I took that honeybee impress plate, and I impressed snowflakes into the little Snowman die cut. The Snowman die cut is from W+9. This little star and scarf are also from that W+9 set. So I created the snowmen, and then I took the impression plate and I impressed the snowflakes into the bottom part of the snowman. I didn't impress the face, just the bottom half of the snowman. So I placed it on the die kind of upside down with the head not on there, if you will. And if you look really closely, you can see the snowflake that's impressed into the snowman. So I just thought that made such a sweet looking tag. Okay, so each one of these tags looks like that, and then on the back it has a hot glued paper button to it. I thought about using a real button, but these are just very tiny, simple tags. These can be tied onto a gift, a little tiny gift box. They could be hung from a beige like if you have a little craft sack from the Dollar Tree, you could hang this from the handle. But it's really just a simple hang tag. And my mom loves to have simple hang tags she can use during the holidays. So what I thought I would do is make a bunch of them and then tuck them into the basket. So each one is a little bit different. You can see where at the beginning I was just impressing the bottom part of the snowman, and then I decided to go up a little further. This one has a hat added, and I used some white gel pen on it. And this one's a male, so I added a blue scarf to him. And here's another one. This one's a little kid, so it has a more youthful face. Here's a mother with a little flowered scarf, and that's in a Ralamija shop paper. And on this one, I added an actual snowflake die cut on top of the embossing. So that impression plate just looks so pretty, I think, impressed into the snowmen. And then I just, of course, added the snowflakes and the scarf. So in each little basket, if you will, there's a total of 5 little tags. Whoops, I'm flinging them around. And they each have the little button hot glued onto the back to hold the string. And the string is that very thin jute twine. This particular roll that I have is from Spellbinders, a 70% off clearance sale, which mine's almost gone. I've got to go look for more. But anyway, so I created 5 of them with their little strings. And then what you can do to get them in the basket is just gather them all up and tuck the strings together. This is how I do it anyway. I gather them up, tuck the strings so that they're all to the back, and then I just tucked them into the pocket. And then once you have everything tucked into your pocket down below, then you can kind of zhuzh them up on the front. So if you gather all the strings together and sort of twist them together like this, you can tuck the strings down in the pocket and it will stay there. So you just do that, and then you can come around to the front once you have it in there. And I'm not tucking it as well on camera, but you actually do have to kind of tuck it down in there. And of course, when you're doing it on camera, it's a lot harder. When I was doing it upstairs earlier, it was really easy. So there we go. So you tuck them down inside, and then you can come around to the front and kind of mess around with them, and so that they're all showing. And let me get this guy. I actually think I'm going to move him to the front a little bit. There we go. So you get them all situated in there so that they're showing really nicely, and then you can give this as a gift to somebody with all the tags inside. So I just think this is such a cute presentation. Again, you have to, once you get them all arranged, just gather the threads up from the hang ties and just tuck them down inside the pocket. Okay, and then just rearrange them until you get them exactly how you want them. Oops, I want that behind. So isn't that cute though, you guys? And then you can see on the front of the basket, I added that little heart. This is a little star cookie cutter, and then these are just some green fronds I cut from that Marianne Craftables die. So that is where you end up, and you can see that I did 3 of them. Here's one done in the red basket, and again, this is from Paper Sweeties, and I did use my the best stamping tool ever invented to stamp these. So when I stamp these baskets, I do use the, you know, I stamp them repeatedly to get a really deep saturation on the stamp, you know, and then on these ones, I did use those different hats, and I was looking for my little tiny white little snowballs to put on these, and I couldn't find them. So for now, I just colored with a white gel pen, but I'm hoping to add some little teeny tiny pom-poms to these hats before I send these out. But I just couldn't find them last night. So we'll see if I can find them later this weekend and finish up these tags. And then the other idea I have is, like, when you have all of these taken out, so like when you know, let's say they've finished using all these. Let me just get them out of here really quick. I'm going to take these ones out for you, and I'll go through these other ones. But the other thing that you could do is have a back to this that's like some muffins or cookies or some other, you know, thing in the basket, so that after the snowmen are removed, you could still have something here that they could then use this also as a tag. So I may add a little something in and then have the snowmen sit in front of it. If that makes sense. So if I do that, I'll try and come back and show you. But I think these are pretty just as a tag by themselves too. So there's so many things that you can do. I thought I'd go through and show you these ones. These ones are more in a brown motif. So the hats are brown. They have a little bit of, I still use some white gel pen on them. But on these ones, I did ink the snowflakes brown, and you can still see that beautiful embossing using that, or impression, really impressing, using that impression plate from Honeybee. So I just think these turned out so cute, and they're just very simple little hang tags. And I did use 110-pound cardstock, but they're not double layered. They're just very simple and simple and sweet. So little prim snowmen. So tucked into a basket. So I did those 3, and then I played with that paper tray ink, that bigger snowman, and it comes with 2 sizes of snowmen. These are really made to do gift cards. There's a die included so that you can actually do 2 layers and then tuck the gift card down and have it sit in the back of the snowman. But I didn't do that part of it because I don't usually give gift cards as much anymore. So I just wanted to use it to create a tag. And here's where I used that little snowman festive definition stamp from Lily of the Valley. And I added a little bit of red Copic coloring to the word snowman. And I love these. I just think it's a really sweet touch to add these. There's a little one of my rusty jingle bells from Factory Direct Craft. It's on a garment pin, or what they sometimes call bulb pins too. But you can search for these on Amazon if you need some, or you could use a jump ring to attach to. But I just have it attached through the knot of the jute twine from Dollar Tree. And then on the back of here, this is a beautiful button that my friend Sue Crozier sent me. These are vintage buttons, and I use that button on the back of this tag. And this is just a really sweet little boy ginger. He's got a gingham blue scarf on, and then it says, "In the meadow we can build a snowman," which is that sentiment from Hello Bluebird stamps. And I just think this turns out so sweet. That beautiful face from Peachy Keen. And you can see again where I impressed the entire snowman using that beautiful impression plate from Honeybee Stamps. So those are my Saturday morning makes. I want to thank you guys for taking a look at my projects today. I cannot wait to see what everybody has going on for both Halloween and Thanksgiving projects and Christmas. There's so many cute projects being made, and it's always a joy to see what everyone else is up to in their crafty endeavors. So I look forward to seeing what you guys are creating. I'm going to film one more video tonight after I get this Saturday morning makes uploaded, because I have some other projects to show you. One of the projects is for Irala shop on Etsy. As you know, I am designing for her this month. There is a code Jill15 that is good through the entire month of October for all of her digital products in her shop. And I have a beautiful card to share with you, as well as some of the printables that I use to do it. I'm going to show them. But there is also a previous video on my channel all about the new files that are out in her shop. She has so many pretty new files. So be sure and go take a look at that, and I'll be back with an additional video tonight to share some stuff, okay? Alrighty, I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And again, I can't wait to see what everybody's been working on. All right, have a wonderful evening. Or I should say have a wonderful weekend. And it's just that it's Friday night. All right, bye now.